Namo Vishnu Vidaya Krishna Tulesi Mati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Guruvani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyari Paschatya Sataline. This is Shiva Ratri, 27th of February. Still a little cold out there in Vrindavan, so some of the deities with their clothes, their winter clothes on. So Lord Shiva is called the protector. He's called the protector of this Dham. Actually, he's the protector of all the Dhams, but this Dham, Vrindavan, he's the protector. And where would Lord Shiva's ability to protect come and most useful is right here in Vrindavan. And where in Vrindavan? It would be the Rastali. That place would be the most protected. So this whole pastime of Lord Shiva coming to the Rastali and then the girls dressing him up as a gopi and having him sit on a corner to protect them. Who are they protecting? They're protecting persons that are unqualified, like myself, from trying to come into the Rastali without a proper adhikari. Yeah. It was a beautiful situation. Beautiful girls, beautiful dancing. No one could have put up, no, even the celestial, the demigods with their wives were watching it. They were just marveled at how beautiful it was and how well they were dancing and singing and everything. Well, this, of course, would, agitate the mind of personalities like myself in the wrong way. So Lord Shiva came as the protector of that. And he's the protector of that where Radha Govinda has appeared. Now Radha Govinda, like has been told already by Indradyumna Maharaj, he was found 5 stories under the dirt. Now if you calculate 5 stories under the dirt, and then you see the till, the small hill where he was found, you would say that he was almost at the level of the ground. Actually, somehow or other, a whole hill was placed there. But as it was said, it was easy to dig through that hill and get all the way down to him to the 5th story down under. So, understanding now that he was actually down on the same level as the whole Rastali. Now, Rastali, I think it's Kavi Kanapur, when they describe the Ras Leela, they describe how the gopis, they had to cross a little bit of the Yamuna, because the Yamuna was going all the way around it. It was protected. It was all the way around. And it was only about knee deep. So, Radha Govindaji being found there is the same level as the Rastali. So, and then somehow or other, a whole mound was put on top of him to hide him over the time. Now, when Rupa Goswami took him out, he's only finding one deity, because that was the system. In Dwarpa Yuga, the persons could meditate and be able to meditate on the left side of the deity is the feminine, and on the right side is the masculine. They could do that. But Rupa Goswami, he took the big risk. It's not a small risk. And even after about 150 years of it being established, still we see a whole fight going on in Jayapur that Radha should not stand next to Krishna. And Baladeva Vijabhushan has to go in and present all the scripture references and establish Gaudiya Vaishnavism as a authorized system. It didn't happen right away. So here we are with so many Madan Gopal, only one deity. Radha Govinda, only one deity. Radha Gopinath, only one deity. But Rupa Goswami, for us, to give us mercy, because we would not come to the conclusion, we just see the one deity and that's it. And he took and divided them. But what did this create? I mean, he tried to understand the blessing to us and the risk that he was taking. He was now taking, because he put Radharani next to his Radha Govinda in a separate form. So here we are with everybody else, and especially the Sri Sampradaya were very much against it, of making a deity of the feminine. They were very much against it. They would not accept it. And they wouldn't let the king of Jayapur put Radharani on the left side of Krishna. So Rupa Goswami takes this great risk and he puts a Radharani next to Radha Govinda. And of course the other Goswamis, Radha Madan Gopal gets his Radharani separate from him, and Radha Gopinath, they all get. This was a tradition that was being introduced by Rupa Goswami for us, because we don't have the ability to understand. Radha Raman is a good example of still being, but he has next to his left side, he has a representation, something that represents Radharani. But he hasn't got a separate deity because he's a self-manifested deity. So, yes, Jai Radha Raman. So, here's somebody taking a risk. Now, in Kechari, in the big festival, the most famous festival, where all the rules and regulations of all the Gaudiya Mat are going to be established, Gaudiya Sampradaya is establishing it in Narottam Das Thakur's festival. Of course, Lokanath Swami is directing, because Gopal Bhatta Goswami had written Archana Padati. So he's saying to use this as the standard. Why? Because it wasn't even very long after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, there was 50 different divisions and all contradicting each other, not be able to get together or anything. So we had to organize something. So now, Narottam Das Thakur, he makes about 5 deities of Radha and Krishna, but in one deity. Radha and Krishna in one deity. And then at the end, he couldn't make a deity appropriate, or he didn't think it was appropriate to represent Gauranga, and he wanted a deity of Gauranga. So Gauranga, he himself came in a dream just the day before, and he's self-manifested deity. And he gave the name, which indicates 2. It doesn't indicate 1. Gauranga Vallabha. It's indicating 2. So now, Narottam Das Thakur, he established, and he found just one deity. He didn't find the 2 separate. He found one deity, so he establishes it like that. But Jiva Goswami, this is in about 1580s, you know. So Jiva Goswami, he is saying, he puts down that Sri Vishnu Priya can stand at the left. This is why he's doing it. This is an indication to Narottam Das that, okay, you have a deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but to the left, Sri Vishnu Priya can stand. And always remember, when you say Sri Vishnu Priya, it means both Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. Sri indicates Lakshmi Priya. So here we see an incredible blessing, and this is an incredible day where we have the protector against us, the unqualified, entering into the Ras Leela. Although we want to, we're the unqualified. It's not a small risk, it's a big risk. And Rupa Goswami, he leaves this planetary, his planet, goes back in about 1550, and his temple is not even built until 1570, under the direction of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So he didn't even get to see, he was just worshiping him in a covered place, just a covered place. But he had all kinds of flowers near him, he had everything, and as soon as he separates Radha and Krishna, there's another thing that's happened. Okay, Balaram was there, Dauji was there, but Dauji cannot stand. If Radha and Krishna are there, if Balaram wants to see where Krishna is, he just has to look at the different stones, and if they're blackish, they've changed blackish color, then he knows, oh, Krishna went down this way. But at the same time, if he sees that there's some golden colored stones, he says, oh, Radha and Krishna are together, I can't go. And the same way with Radha, if she sees that there's a line of white stones and black stones, it means Krishna and Balaram together, and oh, I have to, you know, stay my distance because Krishna and Balaram are together. So it was inappropriate for Balaram to be any more in the temple of Radha Govindaji. So they took him out and they put him at the bottom of the hill. Balaji's there at the bottom of the hill. He's still worshipped. And same way with Madan Gopal. They put him at the bottom of the hill. And the same way with Radha Gopinath. So this was established by such a person as Rupa Goswami. It wasn't really attacked until Radha Govinda had to be, for protection, had to be taken to Jayapur. Then it really became obvious. And the big fights began. Before that, everybody's saying, oh, they're just in Vrindavan, it's just a small city, let them do this. But as soon as they came out, that was it. So Baladeva Vijabhushan had to go and establish our sampradaya as authorized. Although he was declared as being in the Sri Sampradaya. That's another thing. Baladeva Vijabhushan, there's only one book, it's his autobiography, and in that autobiography he does say that he took initiation from Madhva Acharya. But his name was so big already, he didn't change his name because everybody recognized him as such for all the books that he had published and everything. So now, here we have a blessing of seeing Radha and Krishna separate by the blessings of Rupa Goswami. And And of course, Baldeva Vibhushan defending us. But still, Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he came to the United States and he did make a statement, because he was going to have to call deities and he was going to have to establish deities, and he saw our conditions. So he says, on behalf of me, I'm calling you. Not on behalf of us, but he's saying, on behalf of me, I'm calling you. And I know you're going to be mistreated by them, but still I'm calling you. That statement is just so profound. He wanted to give us Radha and Krishna separately. He wanted us to meditate in this way on them. I know it's taken a chance and everything. Like even in the Potomac Temple, where the Sita and Ramachandra is also installed there, I was on the altar doing my worship, and I saw that the pujari had taken the cloth off of Sita Devi to do puja. But he hadn't put on a lighter cloth to do the puja, so all her parts weren't observed. So I went out and I got some cloth and I just cut a hole in it, I put it around and I tied it around her. I says, you have to use this cloth, because if anybody else comes in that's not doing the puja, it's a distraction. So there's always something you also can do to help us keep our minds together, because that's a beautiful deity of Sita. A beautiful deity. So there's things that, but Srila Prabhupada, he allowed Vishnu. okay. Yeah, mine's getting a little weak here. Yeah. He allowed the Radha Damodar devotees to worship Radha and Krishna, not like the other temples who were worshipping in the mood of Lakshmi, but in the mood of Ras Leela, you could say. So only on a Wednesday, and you know that Radha Damodar had the buses, so only on the Wednesday were they decked out so beautiful in a dancing pose, and Radharani's feet were showing and everything. So anytime that they were in town, I certainly went on Wednesday to see the Mangal Artik and also the Shringar, and observe how beautiful that he was dressing them. So he was allowed to do that. No other temple in all of ISKCON was allowed to dress them in that way. It was a blessing to the whole party to be able to see their beautiful form in that way. We are protected, and we have to recognize our protection. Our protection is Gopeshwara. He will keep us in line, don't you worry about that. And today is such a wonderful day that it's Shiva Ratri. He's a happy man. Oh, I hope this brings some thoughts to the devotees on how much incredible mercy that we have come upon. Even though we are so disqualified, we are doing things that even the most qualified would dare to do. They wouldn't do the worship that we do. And of course, a lot of people have copied it without telling the founder of it. Like in Radha Kund and everything, you see many deities of Radha and Krishna separate. But they don't give the founder of this type of worship, Rupa Goswami, enough praise. you know. But it's from His mercy that they're able to do all these deities where they're separated and feel these moods and everything. It's like do or die. Okay, I may make an offense, but I better do it because I've got the ability to do it. So it's a risk on our part, and it's a necessity on our part to divert our attention to Radha and Krishna. That's the only ones that can purify us. If I'm just worshiping Krishna, I'm not going to be as purified as if I'm worshiping Radha and Krishna. And I always ask my murti persons, making the murtis, I always ask them to make Radharani very beautiful. Please. So all the different things that's described by Rupa Goswami of her beauty, I always try to get them to do that. On this day of Shiva Ratri, all I can do is you have to run in and try to get a vision of the Ras Leela. You got to try, you know. If you're defeated and you're thrown out by Shivaji, what can you say? But you have to at least try. They've done it for a reason for us. They've taken such a... For us, we don't see it as so much. Nowadays you see Lloyd Bazaar just full of Radha and Krishna deities all over the place. But that wasn't there. And Narottam Das Thakur, even in 1580s or 1570s, was still worshipping one deity. Because if he would have been in Vrindavan, he probably would have worshipped Radha and Krishna separately. But now he was in Bengal, where Dharma is really strongly followed, and he gets so much criticism. But Jiva Goswami points out, like I said, Jiva Goswami points out that Vishnupriya can stand on the left side of Gauranga. Yeah. Self-manifested deity of Gauranga, but in the mood of Vishnupriya Gauranga. He came. He wanted us to have that. He came. He personally came. And he wanted to have that. He wanted to give us that. That mood of him. He could have also appeared as Gaurnitai. He could have also appeared as just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he comes in that form, in that mood. And now we have the opportunity to have a separate deities of Gauranga and Vishnupriya. Shri Vishnupriya. So hope the persons get the importance of all. Just trying to understand the blessings that we get is incredible. Yeah, it's just incredible. It's unimaginable. So we should take advantage of this. I'm calling you on my behalf. That's what's being said by Bhaktivedanta. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I'm calling you on my behalf. I know they will mistreat you. I'm still calling you. And of course he established deities all over the world. We we take advantage of these incredible mercies that are being given to us. And we hope we don't make offenses to them. But the deity is there for you to take care, to touch, to... These hands of mine are full of so much horrible karma. I shouldn't even get near them with my eyes, but I have the ability to take them, dress them, wash them. And it's not, you don't have to really meditate on it, just you're being purified. Your dirty thoughts are coming out and manifesting. And I think, I very much thank Vishnu Jan Maharaj in his wonderful worship of Radha Damodar. At one point, everybody knows, at one point he felt that he was having trouble with his spiritual life. But if you'd asked me, I don't think he was having any trouble at all. 6 hours of kirtan every day, and so much dedication and everything. But he felt like he was having troubles. So he asked Prabhupada about it. And Prabhupada gives the example of Chota Haridas. So Vishnu Jan, he disappears from the scene. And when they investigate, they find out he went to the Triveni and entered the Triveni for purification. For me, I would never think that he was supposed to do that. And Prabhupada was even surprised. But that's what he did. He was such a perfect person. He didn't want to contaminate the atmosphere or anything in any way, even at the slightest. He's a very dedicated person. Yeah, I can't even reach up to his feet, Vishnu Jan Maharaj. So the deities are here, they've come, they've manifested, they come to purify us. Well, let's put it this way, maybe on the request of Srila Prabhupada, they've gone through a lot. In different temples we've certainly have mistreated them. So don't delay. Try to purify yourself as much as you can. If you slip, well, pick yourself up and keep going. And if you slip again, pick yourself up and keep going. There's no other alternative for us. And we've got, if we have the sincere desire to keep on going, even with all the things that are happening within our mind and our senses and everything, and just keep on going and keep on going, a very wonderful result will come at the end of this life. We'll have a better life next life to be able to do even better, or we will be able to be qualified to go to the Ras Leela in the spiritual world. Anyways, on this day, remember Radha Govinda, remember Ras Leela, remember Gopeshwara, the protector of the Ras Leela. These are our helpers on the path of bhakti, especially this path of Madhurya Ras. Difficult, but who can avoid Madhurya Ras when you have such beautiful deities like right here Vrindavan, there's so many beautiful deities. Of all the deities, Radhavallabha deity, they were, by Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, he pointed out that they're the most beautiful. Yeah. The Radhavallabha deities. And of course you got the Radha Shama Sundar and the Krishna Balaram temple. Beautiful deities. So we've got all of this. We've got everything at our hand. It's for us to make the effort. Even if we fail a few times, just make the effort. Try to keep ourselves focused. Pray to them to purify us. Sometimes they purify you too fast. Yeah, sometimes they purify you too fast. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I hope the points are clear and the benedictions that we have are. You think you're all the way into the Kali Yuga age, and you're getting such a blessing that's beyond anybody's imagination. Beyond. That we have gotten such a blessing. Okay. Jai Haribol, Haribol.